didn't even like music per se. Like I couldn't if you asked me like who my favorite band was or like what my favorite song was, I didn't really have like tastes per se. Like I just liked playing the drums.
Hello, and welcome to From the Liner. I'm Bailey Tyler. We are coming to you today from the lovely Studio 478, and I am joined by Ryan Calatayud from Fury and Few.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Ryan?
Good.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for this conversation. So let's get started with, tell me a little bit about your band, Fury and Few,
Okay.
and kind of how it started.
So Fury and Few, it's me and my best friend Braden. We're a two-piece, and we kind of got started really like out of necessity. Like we weren't a five-piece together, we weren't a four-piece together, we were in a three-piece, and we just kept losing members for various reasons. And so then it just became a thing where it was just the two of us, and I was like, I don't want to bring someone else in. Like we've been playing music together since I was like 15. And so we've been in bands for more than I haven't been in bands with him. So he's been my best friend for so long, and it just made sense. And like the older we got, the more we learned about like technology and like what we could do with just the two of us. So it just made the most sense to just stick the two of us. So Fear and Few's always just been the two of us. It'll always just be the two of us. And yeah, we're just like a heavy rock band that just likes to have fun and just not take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know you guys from social media, and you can definitely tell on there that you guys are just out there having fun.
Yeah, we're really shooting shots on Instagram. We're just kind of throwing stuff out there and seeing what works and what doesn't.
Let's talk a little bit more about your sound, though. Like Fury and Few, I know you said that rock.
For sure.
How would you define it specifically?
I'm like the worst at this. So, like, I guess alternative is what we kind of aim for, but we both like kind of vary. Like I like more like pop rocky stuff like 1975y, which Braden likes also, but he's definitely more into the heavier end of rock. So like our goal when we started Fury and Few was to be like someone's heaviest band they listen to, but someone's least heavy band they listen to. So like someone that likes the 1975, we could be like the heaviest band they listen to, but someone that likes like Mastodon, we could be like the wimpiest band they listen to.
Oh, I love that. You're just falling right in the middle of two spectrums.
And we like, even within songs, we kind of aim for that. Like we'll have songs that start off kind of chill and then they'll have like a breakdown in it, which is a little more heavy. And it's like, we just don't like put rules on it. Not that any band does really, but yeah, it's hard to describe. Like we just call it rock music because I'm like, you could really go down so many rabbit holes. Like, well, this song was influenced by this band who's like an alt rock band, and this is influenced by this band who's a hardcore band, and like, so I just call it rock. But whatever other people call it, I'm like, that's cool too. I appreciate you're probably more knowledgeable than I am. I just call it like rock.
I mean, I know you just mentioned like Mastodon, the 1975. Are there any other bigger influences that you kind of pull from? Or
it's so hard because like me and Braden are so different when it comes to music. Like it really doesn't make any sense that we've been in bands as long as we have together, because we like the album I picked, the Catfish album, is really one of the like few albums that we both are like, dude, that album's a banger. Like Kings of Leon is a band we both really like. We've seen them live together a bunch. That's like a band we both like. Idols is a band we both really like. Catfish and the Bottlemen is a band we both really like. But besides that, it's like we just kind of bring our own thing to the table, and Fear and Few is just like what happens. But as like influences that both of us like, it's like doesn't really even exist. Like we just listen to so much different stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's honestly super fascinating. It makes it really unique too that you're able to like blend that together and make the music that you guys make. And I know you've said that you've been in bands with him since what, you were 15? Is that what you just said?
Yep.
I mean, obviously you love music, you love listening to music, you make music. When like what was the like I want to be in a band, I need to kind of, what was that moment for you guys?
So I started playing drums like 13, 14, and I was just playing in my basement by myself. I'm super fortunate. Like I had a drum set that my parents got me. I just played all the time, but I wasn't in like a band or anything. I really didn't like, I didn't even like music per se. Like I couldn't, if you asked me like who my favorite band was or like what my favorite song was, I didn't really have like tastes per se. Like I just liked playing the drums. I didn't really want to be in a band until probably like Paramore. Like someone showed me a Paramore album and I was like, I don't know what this is, but like I really like this. And that's the first time I like nerded out over a band, cuz like that's one thing me and Braden both share in common, and it seems like you have in common. Like I'd like nerd out over a band. Like I'll deep dive. Like if I get into a band, I'm learning like their names, their birthplace, like. And so Paramore was definitely that one for me where I was just like, and they weren't that. I mean, are not that much older than me. So I was like, man, this guy is that good. They're this big at that age, and I just like it was pretty much like a light switch. I was instantly like obsessed, and I just played drums so much, and I was just trying to be in bands. And I was in a band. Braden was in a band. We met at a battle of the bands. We hit it off, and then we joined another band, and he would fill in for my band. And yeah, it was just like I didn't really care about bands until Paramore, really. And then I was like, yeah, no, now I just have to be in a band, and like I can't die until I'm at least like Paramore level.
Well, I think that that's a great goal, and I think you're well on the way to that. You guys are
We'll see.
doing
I
really well.
appreciate it.
No, I mean today, for the day that we recorded this, you guys posted that you got 17,000 followers on TikTok, something like that.
Yes.
I know some of your songs on streaming have like almost 2 million streams. Like,
yeah, we're fortunate. We've just been grinding for so long that we're finally kind of getting some traction. We started Fear and Few in 2018, and we just are now on a label. We're just now like talking with agencies, and just now like it's just been literally us and our manager this whole time, just booking everything ourselves, recording everything DIY-ish, hiring our homies to do stuff. So I appreciate it.
yeah, which I mean, congratulations, like it's well deserved.
Thank you.
And something I do kind of want to go back to that you mentioned was didn't really listen to music until you started playing drums and found Paramore. So were you just like, was music just something like you heard on the radio? Like it wasn't really anything.
Like, I listened to music, but I didn't like have tastes per se. Like my dad is really big into music, but he's big into like Led Zeppelin and Red Hot stuff, and like I liked that, but like it didn't like resonate with me. And my older brother, he's 9 years older than me. He shared a lot of his music tastes with me, and he's like super into hip hop. And that was around the time when we moved to Atlanta. So like if I did have tastes at that time, it would have just been like rap music. That's all I really like knew. Like I could name like maybe a rapper. And like my little brother, he's like a tastemaker. Like dude has been on music since he was little. So he would like constantly be feeding me bands and like be like, you need to check out this band, The Killers, and all these, and I'd be like, I've never heard of them. Cool. So I had so many people like feeding me music, but I just like I didn't not care, but it was just like I was just like, cool, yeah, like you could put anything on and I would never be like happy about it or angry about it. I'd be like, yeah, that's just music. Like it's just music.
And then Paramore and it something clicked.
Honestly, yeah, like Paramore was when I wanted to be in a band. There was other bands before that I started like developing tastes for, but as far as like wanting to be in a band, Paramore is like it was game over. I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do.
I love that it's Paramore too. I mean, what a great band. I mean, Hayley Williams is just one of the coolest. Like if I could be halfway as cool as her,
if
like
I could be 1/10, yeah,
die happy. You know,
Me
like
too.
God, what a person. Have you seen Paramore live? Have you like?
I've seen Paramore live. Yeah, they were amazing. I didn't get to see them with their drummer Zach, who's like one of my favorite drummers on the planet. It was another drummer, but they were sick. It was 10 out of 10. Want to see them again. I've only seen them the one time, but yeah, they were amazing.
No, and I appreciate your honesty with being like, I wasn't really that into music until it clicked, because I was the same way. I think up until, I hate that I'm about to admit this, up until college, I really was just like top 40 radio person. And then I went to college and people started showing me like indie alternatives. I was like, oh, there's more out there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I've met somebody else that's willing to admit that
everyone else is so cool for school. They're like, oh yeah, I've been listening to Sinatra since I was 5. It's like, bro, whatever.
Just like, nah, give me my Avril Lavigne, my Hilary Duff.
Oh, same. Oh my God, Disney, man, I was a Jonas Brother kid too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So how then did you first hear this album that we're going to talk about today, Catfish and the Bottlemen's The Balcony?
So Braden put me onto it. He's still how I kind of find out a lot about some bands. And he was like, dude, there's this English band making really cool, like, kind of like chill rock music. He's like, but the drums are really sick. I think you would like it. And I checked it out. It probably came out when I was in like high school. I'd have to look at the year.
Came out in the UK on September 14th, 2014. And then the US, it came out June 6th, 2015.
Okay, I graduated 2015. So yeah. and we were in a band at the time, and he was like, dude, trust me, you're gonna love it. And it took me like a couple months before I even gave it a chance. And I remember listening to it and just be like, dude, what is this? Like, this is sounds nothing like us. So it's not like if anybody listens to it, they're gonna be like, you guys sound nothing like this. We sound nothing like that. But we both listened to that album like I probably broke my record player listening to that thing. I've listened to it top to bottom probably 100 times. And within the first like week, I probably listened to it like 50 times. And I was just like, to me, it was so unique. And like every time you listen to it, you could hear something different. Like each individual piece of it is really good, like as its own thing. Like the drums, if you just listen for the drums, are really good. The songwriting is really good. The guitar parts, the bass parts, and he has like the kind of like Matty Healy thing where like you can't always even tell what he's saying, but like you just like hearing him say whatever he's saying. You're like, I don't even know what you're saying, but like it sounds so good, like the melody. So then when like you go through the liner notes and you're like reading what the words actually, you're like, oh, I thought you were saying this, like with that British accent, but you're saying this, and I'm like, huh, that's even cooler. And like it was just, and I thought it was fitting for this podcast because talk about like liner notes. Like you read the words for that whole album, it's very poetic and very, yeah, he has the British accent, so it's like hard to tell what he's saying all the time. So you really like when you read it, you're like, oh wow, this guy's like preaching, man. This guy's getting after it.
I mean, it's such a good album. Like I can't follow that up without talking about how good of an album it is. I also discovered it like the time that it came out. But God, yeah, no, I mean, and you're right. It sounds nothing like your music.
Yeah.
When you told me that this is the album that you guys like you wanted to talk about Fury and Few, I was like, I'm now really excited for this interview because
I'm glad.
I was like, how, where, why? Like it's so like it's a great album, but it's not at all what I was expecting you guys to talk about.
Yeah, that's one of the few albums that we're both like obsessed with.
Yeah, and so let's dive into it a little bit more. Specific songs that stand out to you.
See, like depending on the week you ask me, I'll have a different favorite song. Like me and Braden both talk like every song on that album could be a single. Like if I was the label and they were like pick a single, I'd be like, bro, all of them. Like the first song that really grabbed me was Kathleen, and the drums in it are sick. So I mean that's what grabbed me initially. But like I listened to it on the way here to like remind myself, and like 26 is one of the songs like kind of closer to the end, and I was just like, gosh, I forgot how good this song was. And then like Tyrants, how they close out the album, it's just like such a great body of work where it's like every song is so good, and a song finishes and the next song starts and you're like, God, how can you do another good song?
Yeah.
And so I just think from like top to bottom, like Homesick is the opener. Great song, like just so like 10, they're all 10 out of 10. So like in this very moment, I'll go with 26 is probably my favorite song. Like I was working out listening to the whole album yesterday and I was like, okay, I think this is my favorite song. But if you asked me in like a week, it'd probably be another song. Like,
yeah, no, you're so right though, because 26 it's the back half of that album, and it kind of comes out of note. You kind of feel like the album's gonna like start winding down. Yes. You're just like, oh, we're kind of towards the end, so like I'm expecting it to get a little
yes,
like 26 comes in there, and it's so good.
Yeah, so I'll stick with that for now. But like Cocoon is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Also, like Pacifier is such a good song. Like even talking about it now, I'm like, I might have to change my answer. Like they're all so good.
Yeah, which I mean, that's the best part is that there's no right answer.
Yes.
You know, you can say all of them. We can talk about all of them if you want.
No,
but you know,
yeah,
I love that. I know for me too, you've got Hourglass in there, which kind of has that gosh. Almost like Lumineers of Monsters and Men, kind of like really, indie folky stuff in there.
It's almost nothing you haven't heard before, but it's everything you haven't heard before at the same time. Like it's accessible where you're like, okay, no one, like you can't show this to anyone and they're going to hate it. Like no one's going to be like, turn this shit off. But at the same time, you can listen to it and be like, huh, like I feel like I've heard something like this before, but I've never heard it like this. And I think that's like a goal of ours as well, is to make something where it's like, I mean, I can't imagine being as accessible as them. Their music is definitely like good for everyone, but something where it's like, okay, you can't like, what is there to hate about this? Like, there's nothing that like obscene or crazy that you could hate on it. So it's like, it's just such a, great album in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things in doing research on this album that stuck out to me is kind of Catfish and the Bottlemen formed about 7 years before this album ever came out. Like they were a band for a very long time, kind of similar to Fury and Few, where, you know, you guys have been doing this for a while and you're seeing success now, but it hasn't always, you know, been as successful. And so a lot of these songs on this album were songs that they wrote at the beginning of when they started. So like obviously like they changed and formed over time, but do you think that that might be why it's
For
so
sure. At least for us, like I don't even think we've like as far as what's out right now, I think we're just now hitting our stride and we've been a band since 2018 and we're sitting on a bunch of new music and like all of that stuff to me is way better than anything we've done before. So like I could see, making your first album like we are, just like they are, like that long into your career. Like I could be like, okay, now we're finally hitting our stride. Like not that our first album will be like this, but definitely like the longer you're in it, the better you get at it. And we've kind of like not developed a formula per se, because that like it's I can't break it down like that, but we've definitely been like, okay, this is a good Fury and Few song, this is not. And like I don't think we had that gene in us till probably like 6 months ago.
interesting? So of the songs that you kind of have ready to go and like release, are they songs that you started 6 months ago, or have they been in the process
No.
for longer? Okay.
Like, yeah, we have a bunch of songs we've been sitting on for probably like a year, and we wrote them probably like a year before that. But we had written so many songs, and we're just like kind of throwing darts at the dartboard. We've never made this amount of music at one time. We've only done EPs. Like the most we've ever done is 5 songs at the like one time. So we definitely were just kind of like shooting shots, and this was the first time we've had to like scale down. Like we've never had too many songs. We've always like barely had enough to like record where we're like, okay, we're doing a week at the studio. Like we have like a day's worth of work. We need to like find something to do. We already paid the guy. So this was definitely the first time where we've had really to make this much music. But yeah, this is where we finally kind of hit our stride. And I think this is the only time we could have ever made this much music. Like if we, had a label asking us to make an album like 3 years ago, it would probably be horrible. Yeah, we were very like not scatterbrained, but we were just like shooting shots, and we're much more like we cared what people thought more. Definitely, like we gotta be heavy, we gotta be rock, we gotta be tough, we gotta be. And now it's like our new songs we have. I mean, we have like ballads, and we have songs with like acoustic guitar, and it's like we've never really ventured into that, and I don't think we even could have done that like 3 years ago.
Was there a moment that you can kind of pinpoint as to like when that shifted?
Um, there's a song on the album that will be released in the next coming months that Braden came to me with, and I was literally like, I didn't know you could do this. And he played me the song, and I was like, I love this. It's not us, but like I want it to be us, and we're gonna make this us. And like I was like, I didn't even know you could write like this, and that kind of started like a bowling ball effect of just like him showing me songs where I was like, where did this come from? Like, because all of our songs up until honestly recently are very like, just very like, not cookie cutter rock, but it's just like, okay, you have a chorus, you have a verse, you have a bridge. Like, it's very, like, it's just heavy rock. Like, but we've definitely started like exploring, within ourselves even more too, and like being more, I guess vulnerable is the right word, and just like him approaching me with songs where I'm like, like I didn't know you've even felt like this. Like this is interesting. Like you're willing to tell people this. Like whereas I think before that I didn't even know. Like I knew Braden experienced these emotions and I experienced these emotions, but this wasn't something that like I necessarily would talk to other people about. Like I have hundreds of songs that no one will ever hear because I'm like I'm not cool enough to like I'm not comfortable enough to show these to people. So once I think that like barrier was kind of broken and Braden showed me this song, I was like, and then the rest of the album just like flew by. We were writing and we really were just like, dude, fuck it. There's no rules now. Like if we want to make like a ballad, like let's do it. If we want to make like a song that sounds like an indie pop song from like the 80s, like fuck it. Like, and I think that was the time when it kind of just like opened everything up.
Can you tell me the name of the song that kind of?
It's called Destroyer.
Okay.
So it is depending on the day, it's probably my favorite song on this new upcoming, album we have coming out. But yeah, it's called Destroyer.
It goes to kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about in terms of you even bringing this album, The Balcony, to the conversation today was, like I said before, really curious when that was the one that you told me you wanted to talk about, because it was like, this sounds absolutely nothing like you guys.
For sure.
You guys are so much heavier than this. This is so of its time of like the early 2010s. This is of its time of like that whole like British alt rock revival that was happening. I mean, they're from Wales, but close enough.
For sure.
And I was going through your discography and I was like listening and I'm just like, I gotta have something to be able to, I gotta have something to be able to say, like how am I gonna start this? And I went way back
Okay.
to your first EP, and there's a song on there, The Stress of Young People.
Okay.
And in that moment, I was like, it's this song. This is where the influence is. It has, like Cocoon has that, you know, iconic riff in it.
Yeah.
Where it's just, I mean, there's a moment in The Stress of Young People that sounds,
okay. Well,
sounds a little similar.
That's a big compliment. I appreciate it.
And it was really cool because I was like, oh, this is, I now understand the influence. I kind of see it. But then the rest of that EP sounds nothing like this song either.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to hear you talk about the new album that you guys have and how you kind of have veered into other genres and sounds and ideas. Because one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, did you always know that, like, come from that first EP, that you were going to veer into a much heavier sound? Was that an organic progression?
Yeah, I guess. Like when we started, like I said, it was like out of necessity. So we really like had no idea what we were doing. Like when we recorded, what is that? The Maven is what you're referencing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just kind of like, dude, like we're a band, so we have to have songs. Like we can't just be a band with no songs. So we literally, Stress of Young People, I think was the first song we ever wrote. And yeah, we just wrote like those 3 songs. Figure Me Out, Working Man, Stress of Young People. I think those are the first 3. And yeah, we weren't even like trying to be heavy or not heavy. We were literally just like, well, we want to be a band, so like we got to make music. And so we just like wrote those 3 songs with really no like knowledge of what we were going to become or what, like with any goals sonically. It was just kind of like, let's just make music. And then I think when we finally started like hitting our stride and we're like, okay, we want to be like heavy, because we both listen to like heavy stuff and we both like our live show is very like rowdy. So it's like, okay, like we need to kind of hunker down and like find a sound. Like we can't, like we can keep like adventuring, but there has to be like some sort of North Star that people can like come back to like sonically. So the Titan, like our first like 5-song EP we did, because all the other ones, like we did a 3, a 4, and then 5, the Titan is like the first thing we have physically. And that's kind of like our big like push was that one. And we definitely were like, okay, we gotta be heavy. It's still got to be Fear and Few. Like the goal is to have like choruses that you can remember like once you leave our shows. Like so to have like almost like pop choruses over like a distorted guitar. And I think the Titan is where we finally were like, okay, I think this is what Fear and Few is going to be. Like hopefully people think it's like catchy lyrics, but it's still like heavy.
Mm-hmm. It finds that kind of middle ground between.
That's the goal.
Like what you were saying, you want it to be somebody that doesn't listen to heavy music's heaviest. Somebody listens to heaviest.
Yes, and that's like how me and Braden are as people. Like I listen to the softer stuff, and like Fear and Few. Like if I wasn't in this band, this would definitely be like one of the heavier bands I listened to, at least when we started. Braden, I mean, he listens to soft stuff too, but we would definitely be one of the softer bands. So it's kind of like this was for us also, where we're like, I mean, this exists, but not for us yet. So like, let's make this fun for both of us also.
I mean, I think that there's something important to be said about making music that you want to hear
For sure.
too. I mean, that you can hear it and you can, especially in your social videos, you can see how much you guys enjoy what you're doing and
you.
like love the music that you're making. Your social stuff is how I discovered you guys.
Yep.
I think that it is well done. It's very, you have a specific visual. You kind of have this motif that you guys like, the whole fisheye lens that you've been using. And it's something that I kind of want to talk about in terms of, again, let's compare it to Catfish and the Bottlemen. When they were starting out, they would go to shows and they would bring CDs with them. They'd bring demos and they would throw demos on stage.
Oh, for sure.
That's how they got their name out there. And I feel like you guys are using social media in a very similar way.
Like up until like a year ago, we would just camp outside of like the Masquerade, the Tabernacle, and we would just hand out business cards, and we've done CDs also. And our manager was like, dude, you guys gotta do like TikTok and Instagram. And we were like all of the bands that we grew up listening to didn't do that. Like they have people that do it for them. So we're like, that's just so not cool. Like we can't do that. So we did what they would do. And we would literally just camp outside of shows. we used to live right near the Masquerade, and we would do that literally like 5 nights a week, and we would just be there till like midnight and be like, check us out, Fear and Few, Fear and Few, Fear and Few. And like we'd get like 1 follower, 2 followers, because like everyone's just like drunk. Like half the people are throwing our cards away. And then we finally did TikTok, and we're just like, whatever. And the first, like, you'll have to scroll back, but like the first like 6 months of us doing TikToks, it's like SNL. It's like sketch comedy. There's not even like really any music involved. It's so stupid. And we didn't start like even posting on there seriously until like within the last year. And then we're like, okay, let's just like play actual music. And like if people like this, cool. And if they don't, like, fuck it. And so we were like, but we still want to make it fun, because like we don't like take ourselves too seriously. We're not like super artsy guys. We're not super tough guys either. We're like, so like the room we record in is a bedroom at my house that we rehearse at, and we're like, let's just record us practicing and like put it out there and see if anybody gives a fuck.
Yeah, and people do.
Supposedly it's working.
Fury and Few. Where did the name come from?
So we wanted to be called Fury, like just Fury, but that was already taken. And so we're like, like we had like a list of names, a bunch that sounded nothing like Fury and Few, but we kept being like, Fury is so good though, like, but there's already a band named Fury. And then we just were like playing around with like, how can we still have Fury but not just be called Fury? And it took us a couple weeks probably until, I can't even remember who it was, me or Brandon were just like, Fury and Few, and we're just like, And then like we're both very visual, so like we had like a board in our rehearsal studio that we were like writing names on, and we wrote that one on there, and I was just like, like I like how it looks on the board, like let's give it a minute. And I think like we didn't even ever agree to be called Fear and Few. We just kept being like, yeah, Fear and Few, Fear and Few, and it just was like, again, I guess we're just Fear and Few now. Like, okay,
this just is what it is now. We just adopted it naturally.
It passed the marquee test. Like that's how we were both like well, there's bands names that were like, I don't even like that band, but that name is just like so cool. And so we're like, Fear and Few, I think is cool.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, like I love music more than anything, but I don't have the ability or the talent to make music. But I absolutely have a notes app that has all the band names that I would ever want to have if I ever have a band.
You'll have to show me. I mean, we could use some song suggestions.
Let's talk about the marquee test. Do you have a moment where it was like the best marquee that you saw? Seeing Fury and Few on the marquee. Like, has there been a venue where you're just like, this is cool?
A lot of venues get our name wrong. A lot. We get called Furry and Few all the time.
Very different band.
The Fury and Few, Fury in the Few, Fury in a Few. So we have a bunch of photos of venues with our name wrong. I'm trying to think of like one specific one that we just thought was cool. I mean, like our first ever show was at 529 in East Atlanta. I don't know if they have a little something, but I remember posting a picture and just being like, we're like actually a band. Like we're playing shows. Not that we hadn't played like hundreds of shows before Fear and Few, but I think that was definitely like, like, okay, it's literally like, we're just out in the open now. It's just me and Braden. Like we are Fear and Few. I think that was probably, if I had to think of one moment, that would be it.
For me, because I haven't seen you guys live. I know you from social. I've listened to you guys on streaming. But what is your stage presence like live? Because it's just the two of you, right? Or do you bring in other members when you perform?
No, yeah, it's just the two of us. I mean, the way we talk to each other, it's like we just empty the tank every time. Like we just give it our 100% from like start to finish. Bashing, running around, just hitting the piss out of my drums, just like giving it everything. And it's just every night. That's like literally the last thing we say before we walk on stage. Like every time it's like, bro, just empty the tank. Just like give them all you got. Some nights that's more than others, but that's always our goal. It's like every single time, like whether we play like technically good or bad, like we're at least going to know we like tried our hardest and like gave all of our like emotional energy, physical energy, like everything goes into the show. So like when we're on tour, like the whole day is really in preparation for like that 30 minutes where it's like, 23 and a half hours lead up to that. And, we work out to keep our bodies like ready to do it. We do warm-ups, we stretch, we do that. And like, it's all for that. And so every show, like whether we play good or bad, because we have nights where we definitely play not as good as we can, but I can at least say like we've played like almost 300 shows. Every single show we've both like emptied the tank every time. And we've played a lot of shows to nobody. And we still are like, fuck it, like there's two people here, let's like go hard as hell. And so if nothing else, we always give it our all. Whether that's good or bad is another thing, but we always give it our all.
And I think that speaks very highly of you guys and your professionalism and your dedication.
Thank you.
To the craft. And I mean, who doesn't want to go see a band that, you know, is just out there having the best time?
See, and that's exactly like the bands that we really like, where it's like, I mean, the guy, like the singer could sound like shit one day, but like he's at least like there and he's like trying. And we've played with so many bands, and like that's something we really appreciate, even on like bands that, you know, aren't even doing this for like trying to make money. They're just like local bands we're playing with. It's like, okay, that guy is like giving it his all. And we've played with, you know, big bands where it's like, dude, this guy's phoning it in. Like this guy's not even singing. He's I just was talking to him backstage and he's all coughing and stuff. And now he's up here sounding like an angel. It's like, that is not us at all.
With it being only the two of you up there, is there kind of what's the preparation for that going into it? Because obviously there's a lot more than just, you know, guitar and drums in your songs and stuff.
Yeah, like in the studio, Braden records all of the like stringed instrument stuff. And then live, I kind of orchestrate all that to be playing in unison with us. So, you know, there's bass guitar, there's sometimes other guitars, but it's all just me and Braden. Like the parts you're hearing live are the parts that he recorded in the studio. I'm just like triggering them live. And so there's no like man behind the closet, you know, behind the curtain doing something. It's just us. If you look at our Instagram or TikToks, a lot of people think it's fake, or like people call us AI. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just us two. Like, there's technology. We're not the only band that uses tracks. Like,
yeah,
it happens.
It's 2026. Like, you know, there's technology that exists.
Yes, like of all the bands we play with, probably 90% of them are using clicks and tracks like we are. Like, there's some that like don't have to do that, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, me and Braden have no choice because, you know, there's only two of us and there's more than two instruments going on at the same time. And we've always said we're never going to have anybody else. So it's like, it's either this or nothing. And we've had songs where like our tracks don't work, and we'll play whole shows where it's just me and Braden. Like he'll just crank his guitar up a little louder, turn the bass knob up, and just be like, fuck it, we ride.
Do you have a specific memory of one of those where it was just like, oh no?
Yes. So we... like at the time, the biggest opportunity we ever had, we played on this like rock cruise called Shiprocked, and like, you know, tons of big bands like Highly Suspect, Beartooth, Badflower, like all these big names. And so we were like, okay, hell yeah. And the guy who does the booking for that was coming to see us play a show in Nashville in someone's basement, like at someone's house. And it was the first night of our tour. And me and Brandon were like super jazzed. Like, fuck yeah, he's going to come. He's going to love it. We're going to get on this festival. Like, hell yeah. And we get there and it's like a jank basement. So like, and this was years ago. So like, I didn't know nearly as much as I know now about like power and like tech stuff like that. And I was like, dude, Brandon, like my tracks are just not working. And he was like, nah, dude, they have to work. So I was like, fuck it. You just got to like stall. So Brandon's up there doing like a stand-up comedy routine. I'm like trying to get this shit to work. And it just never worked. And we came to a point where I just looked at him and was like, bro, we just got to go. And we don't ever get nervous per se. Like I get way more nervous about like technical difficulties than like my playing, because like I'll mess up. Like it is what it is. Like I don't lose sleep over messing up. But I was like, fuck, this is like such a big opportunity for us. We're going to sound like shit. And we played our asses off, and like the room was just so rowdy, and we finished and I was like, here we go. And I like talked to the guy who does the booking for it. I was like, what'd you think? He's like, dude, that was fucking sick. It was rock and roll. It was all this. I was like, cool. Yeah. Like, and then ever since then I've been like, tech issues suck. Like that's like one of my least favorite things about touring and like us doing it ourselves. Like we don't have people that do that for us, is the tech stuff. But when it doesn't work, we don't even care anymore. We're just like, dude, fuck it. Like, plan B is just play loud.
I think something that you just said there is really important to note too, is like, it's just you. Like you're doing the tech stuff. You guys are playing the music. You're doing the instruments. You're doing the social media.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a lot to kind of do all of it. So how do you guys juggle all of the roles?
We're definitely like very different as people. So we definitely have our different strengths. So it works out like damn near perfectly. Like when we're on tour, I'm definitely the more like dad of the band, where I'm the primary driver. I'm the one that like knows all of our call times and knows like, how much we're getting paid and if we're getting fed and this and this. And Braden's definitely the more like social of the two of us. So like I'll handle a lot of the behind the scenes and talking with like the venue workers and stuff. And Braden will more so talk with the people like there to see us. And then like with writing our music, it's similar also. Like Braden is definitely the primary songwriter, like lyrics and melodies. And then I'll come in and like I definitely know more of the tech stuff that he's like sucks at. And like we complement each other really well. So that's like that's the only way that we could make it work as long as we've had is like we have like there's things we're both good at, but we don't like step on each other's toes and there's not like it's not like weird. Like if Braden does something without like asking me, it's like, oh yeah, it's cool, and like vice versa. So it's like we just have like a system, and it's like an unspoken thing where it's just like Ryan's got that, or like Braden's got that. Like so, like social media, Braden's way better at it. So he's like our Instagram, TikTok, he runs all of that. I do Facebook because he doesn't have a Facebook, and I'm not good at it. Oh, yeah, I respond to like 1 out of every like 10 comments, whereas Braden tries to reply to like everyone. Um, but then, like, if he doesn't reply to it in like an hour, he'll never reply to it. So then, like, that's where I come in and I'll look through all of the messages that he's opened but didn't respond. And I'll be like, God, you dickhead, I got to respond to these people. So it's like, we just kind of operate on different like wavelengths, but somehow it just like works.
Yeah. It also sounds like there's definitely like a whole lot of trust in that
Oh, yeah.
process as well.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
It makes sense now why you can operate so well with just two people when
For
it's
sure.
something that like meshes that well together.
Yeah. And it's like, he does a lot of stuff that like I don't even know, like I'm here doing this, and he was like normally the singer would be the one by himself, not the drummer, and he was like, you do it. And I was just like, okay, like sure, we'll see how this goes. So
yeah.
it's like,
no, I thank you so much for doing it too. I mean, I think I was really excited that it wasn't the face of the band, if I'm being honest. I think that there's something, and for what we're trying to do with liner notes is we're really trying to introduce the band to the audience. And you said it earlier in this conversation, like we both love to geek out on bands.
Sure.
So there's nothing cooler than finding an interview of somebody that you're not used to hearing talk about.
Well, I appreciate that.
The band. So thank you for like giving me the
Thank
opportunity
you
to
for
have
having
this.
me.
I want to talk a little bit more about Catfish and the Bottlemen, but like tying it into you guys, in terms of like how one of the things that they talked about and kind of doing all my research is that they felt like they didn't feel like they struggled, but it was definitely a hindrance for them because they were from Wales, not London. They didn't come from like this big music city. And y'all are based in Atlanta, which I mean, yes, there's music here, but there's not as big of like a rock
For sure.
as like, as LA, New
Oh,
York.
yeah.
Do you find it to be a hindrance? Do you find that you guys have found your footing? Kind of how do you feel about that?
I think we never really thought anything of it until we started touring. Like we've never talked about moving to LA or moving to New York or moving to Nashville, which like a lot of our friends have done to like pursue music. That was never even a conversation, like ever. And once we started touring more, we're like, like, we'd go to LA and meet with people and that like work in the industry, and we'd be like, oh, this is why everyone moves here. It's like within 5 minutes, you've passed like 5 record labels, 5 booking agencies, talent manager, all this. And we've like still never even talked about doing that or moving to LA. It's always been like, dude, Atlanta, it's like Atlanta or die. Like it's this or nothing. And like, people that work with us and work for us live in those cities. Like we have, people that live in LA. We have someone that lives in London that works with us. Our manager's based out of New York. So it's like, we have people in those cities, which is helpful because there's, a lot of business to be done in those cities. But Atlanta is like our home. It will always be our home. Like we joke about moving other places, but at the end of the day, it's like Atlanta, whether it has the scene for us or not, like we're going to make the scene for it. Like we're going to be here.
Do you have like a specific reason why? Like what is it about Atlanta that...
Our families are here. Like there's nothing like specific about like Atlanta per se. Like I love Atlanta as a city. We both just like moved here when we were really young, and all of our like formative memories are here, and all of our like favorite memories are like in Atlanta and like East Atlanta and Decatur and all that. And it's like we just have to be here. Like we're Fear and Few from Atlanta. Like we have to be in Atlanta. Part of it's like a sense of pride where it's like we want to make it out of Atlanta. Like we want to do it. Like we want to say we're from Atlanta. We didn't move to LA. We didn't move to Nashville. And another part of it is just like our family's here. It's just like it's all we know is Atlanta.
And you're doing it, which is you're living the dream, which I don't like is more than a lot of people can say. And it's really awesome. I'm gonna fangirl the fact that, you know, I've got a member of Fury and Few sitting on my podcast.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm doing it with my best friend. Like I know people, like some bands that they're like coworkers, where it's like, I'm sure that is way harder. Like you see each other on tour and then you don't see each other again till the next tour. Like me and Brandon hang out all the time. So he's my best friend. So it's really just like it's a job. Like we have to worry about money and stuff, but at the same time, it's just like just hanging out and like just playing music. Like it's not like it's hard, but it's not like it's simple at the end of the day. It's like, dude, we're still just playing music. We're just doing it on a bigger scale.
Yeah. What is next for Fury and Few?
So next, this year, full-length album coming. We've never done that. That's definitely next. Tons of shows, which we've always done, but we'll keep doing. Tons of shows, hopefully on a bigger scale. We're super fortunate. We're working with some really cool people that are doing a lot of cool stuff for us. So tons more shows. More music than we've ever made at one time. Still stupid Instagram and TikTok stuff. I mean, it's gotten us this far, so it's like it'll probably get even stupider, honestly. Like now that we will have less hands-on with that, hopefully it'll just be like, man, fuck it, post it. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then before I let you go, got a very important question for you. So, if you had to cover one song on this album, what would you cover? And then vice versa, if Catfish and the Bottlemen could cover one of your songs.
That's a really good question.
What would you like?
I think the easiest for us to cover, because I'm already thinking about it so like logistically, like tracks and this and that, would probably be Kathleen. Like it's definitely the most like rocky, like conventional rock song. And
it's a true professional that's you're thinking logistics already.
It's so hard not to. Like when we're in the studio, I have to like separate. Like Brayden will do stuff and I'm like, dude, we're never gonna be able to do this live. And I that like ruins the music. So I just have to like not think about that. But it's so hard, like in the back of your brain, because like I'm the one that does all of our stuff live in that regard. Where I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be such a bitch. So Kathleen is definitely the safest option. Probably Tyrants though. Like that song, I don't know how it would work for our crowd because it's like super, like that song has like a long instrumental and we are normally like an opening band, so we don't get that long to play. But Tyrants, I think I could see us doing that cool. And if Catfish were going to cover one of our songs, there's like every song I'd like to hear them do, they'd probably do it better than us, honestly. But we have a song called Body Aches, which is already kind of like ballady, and I think they could make that like really cool.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I would like to listen to that.
Yeah, I would.
Hey, if you're listening, you know.
Yeah, Van McCann, if you're listening.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit and talk with me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I want
to give a huge shout out to Studio 478 for hosting us. Mason's been an incredible host. He's the one that's making the sound good.
This is nice.
And it's just a really fun time to be here. Cozy environment, very retro. It fits our vibe perfectly for From the Liner.
I like this a lot.
Well, thank you again so much.
No
problem. This has really been a pleasure.
Thank you.